Oh my god, this is a look. So this hat is meant for a tiny child, not a grown woman that has hair that is still thickening. Hey, it's Jay. Welcome back to my channel. It's officially a week plus before the end of not only the year but the decade. So this is a collab video for Steve from the Lawn Gnome. I'll post his channel in the description down below along with the playlist when he makes it. Basically just talking about the 10 defining moments of the year, or the 10 best books of the year, or the 10 biggest booktube events of the year or something. So 10 events within the past 12 months. I kind of have a mix of all of them, so I keep looking at my elf hat, so sorry if I'm like not looking directly at the camera. It's so erect. So number 10, I'm 20, I can count. Speaking of 20, the 10th biggest thing that happened this year, for me personally at least, was I turned 20. I am no longer a teenager, and in less than 3 months I will be able to legally buy alcohol. Not that that really matters in my case, but I turned 20. I'm in my roaring 20s, and it's about to be in the roaring 20s, so I am beginning a new decade in my life. Number 9 is I read a lot of good books this year, even though this was also the year of DNFing. This was the year that I let myself DNF books that I wasn't interested in or that I didn't think I'd finish, and I DNF'd like 10 in the span of 5 months. I don't know, like, compared to other people if that's a lot, but for me, like, that was a lot. Some of the good books that I read, I have 10 listed here. Internment, The Brightsiders, Our Stories, Our Voices, Jack of Hearts and Other Parts, Tosh Hart's Tolstoy, Girls on the Verge, Throne of Glass, Some Girls Bind, Moxie, and We Set the Dark on Fire. I read like, I don't know, this is kind of overall a mediocre reading year, but like the good books that I read were really good, so yeah. Number 8 is I started being a full-time student at University of Central Florida online. I'm lucky enough so I transferred from Florida State University to University of Central Florida, and even though I live like a 2-minute drive away from it, I'm doing online, just so I can like write a lot and I can work, and so I can do my schoolwork whenever. I'm lucky enough that I can do both my majors and my minor online, so I can do creative writing, sociology, and women's studies all online. I don't have to take any courses on campus unless I want to. So the 7th thing is I went to Washington, like I said in my Saturday video. My best friend Calypso was turning 21, as was JV, but I was there for Calypso's birthday. I was there for about 10 days or so, and her parents very graciously volunteered to fly me out there to use some of their miles they had in Alaska, so I got to go for free. I had a great time. I got to see JV 3 times, which is more than I could ever hoped. I got drunk for the first time ever because I wanted to see what kind of drunk I am. Turns out I'm a giggly drunk that cries at pictures of cats on Instagram. I don't think anyone who knows me finds this surprising at all. But now I don't have to ever get drunk again. But I had to be really careful because of my medications and stuff, and like I've never really had alcohol before, and so I have very low tolerance. But I'm fine. I didn't have a hangover or anything. I had like 2.5 drinks, and it was a blast. Number 6, Taylor Swift. This was the year of Taylor Swift being just like, she had a lot of things thrown at her, but it was also like a lot of really good things that we're all proud of her for doing. Like she had the whole what was it, Scooby and Scooter, Scott Borchetta and Scooter Braun shit going down, which is just men. But she also had like a lot of great things happen. Like her 7th studio album came out, and it's the first one she officially owns, and she had music videos. She started working with like independent filmmakers. She started advocating more than she had she started advocating. She got Billboard's Woman of the Decade award, and she's ranked like 4th, I think, or 8th. She's on the top 10 best artists of all time from Billboard, and she got Artist of the Decade from the Grammys, not Grammys, what is it? AMAs, Artist of the Decade Award, and it's just so good. So proud of her. I chose the best possible role model I could have. Number 5 is like a personal thing again, in terms of like writing stuff. I have like funny, like I think everyone who writes has like the dream of like fans either cosplaying or making memes or doing fan art or writing fan fiction about their characters. JV, he drew this picture of me for Christmas, because he was like, well, what would like she really want that I could do that she'd really like? And he was like, fan art, I can do that. And then Mason from the GD256, I'll link his channel down below as well, made some memes for my work in progress questions nobody ever asks. Unless you've read it, a lot of them won't make sense, but it was just, I love him. I love both of those dudes, so yeah. So number 4 is I successfully filmed, edited, and uploaded a video every day for June for Lavender Living Season 1. June is Pride Month, and I had the goal of uploading a video every day with some kind of video, usually centering around books, obviously, for being LGBTQ+. I had some like favorite artists songs, talking about fanfiction, myths and misconceptions on asexuality, and other things. I'll link the playlist link down below, so if you missed that, check it out. I'm gonna be doing that again next year. I have all the videos planned out. Well, I list like the names and the days I'm uploading them. I still have to like script a few of them, and then I've already I've already filmed, edited, and scheduled one of them. Number 3 is I finished the first draft of my 4th novel. I'm counting it, even though it was like technically a rewrite of the first novel I finished, I'm counting it as a separate thing, as a separate entity, because I changed so much from the first draft of the first thing I finished of it, its first incarnation of it, and so I'm counting it as its own thing, and that was just really exciting because now I still need to finish outlining the whole series, but at least that's checked off the to-do list. Number 2 is I got to go to my first book kind of celebration get-together thingy this year, and that was BookNet Fest here in Orlando, Florida, where I live, and I was lucky enough to go with crew, and I finally got to meet some of my book Twitter friends. It was really affordable, and I loved the different panels, and next year I'm going to try and film some collabs, so if you're interested in that, and if you plan on going, then tell me down below in the comments. And I just had a lot of fun, and it was lovely to meet everyone. They're so nice, and I was startled by some of the heights, either being like mostly being shorter than I expected. The last and biggest event that happened this year is another personal one, and I plan on talking about it in further detail in the future, and that is that I got diagnosed with bipolar 2 disorder, also known as hypomanic depression, and that goes back to like the getting drunk and stuff, because like I have medications, and I have to take a evening mood stabilizer medication, and that's why I have to be careful when I drink, and like I can't drink that often. So yeah, when I was in Seattle, I had to be very careful about how fast and how much I drank, because if I drink too much, then I could possibly OD because of my medication, and at least I don't want that to happen. I don't know about y'all, but that would not be good for me, and so I had to be very careful with that. And again, and I'm going to be talking about them more in the future toward Bipolar Awareness Day and Mental Health Day. I forget like the official names of the awareness days, but near then I'm going to be talking about it more. But yeah, that was a thing that happened. So yeah, that's all I've got for it today. Again, this was a collab for Steve, or with Steve, from the Lawn Gnome. I'll put all of his stuff down below. That was 10 for 12. 10 events that happened in the past 12 months that impacted me So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to hit subscribe and ring the little bells to get notified whenever I upload. I upload every Wednesday and occasionally Saturdays. And tell me down in the comments what your 10 biggest things that happened this year were, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.